In this module, we're going to talk about the martial arts applications of the moves that you're doing in the form. You remember that Tai Chi started as a fighting style. And know that this movement meditation that you're doing now is not conducive to fighting, but it does help to understand what you're doing when you're doing each of the moves. So that's what this module is all about. When you're teaching your students, you should be able to say, this is what you're doing with this move. In this module, we're going to take the form apart. We'll go individual move by individual move and show you what you're doing. In Tai Chi, it's really all about defending yourself, defending your space. So a lot of these moves you will see is just how to get someone out of your space. Your students will get so much more out of Tai Chi by understanding what they're doing as a martial art. So let's do this. So for each of these moves, I need to have someone to demonstrate with so that you can see what you're doing in defending yourself. So this is my husband, Jim Bailey. He is also a 4th degree black belt. He is going to help me. He will demonstrate on me mostly. I will be able to demonstrate on him sometimes. But we will explain as we go. First move, preparation. Remember, you're standing about feet shoulder width apart, bringing your hands up, and then back down. So what is that in a martial arts application? So if someone is coming at you, you can bring your hands up, and then you force them down, and then you push them away. So let's do that again. If I'm coming at him, he brings his hands up, brings it down, and then he pushes me away. That's preparation. Part the wild horse's mane. There can be 2 interpretations of this, and actually with all of these, there can be several interpretations, but these are the ones that really make the most sense from a martial arts perspective. Part the wild horse's mane. Remember, you stand and you open up, part the wild horse's mane. So what this can be is a double block, or it can be a strike to the neck. We're going to demonstrate that double block first. Again, if I'm coming in like this, he can open me up here. Okay, we'll do that again. Part the wild horse's mane. He can open up my hands like that, and I'm obviously very exposed, ready to be attacked. Okay? Or what it can be is I can be coming in, and he can be doing a strike to the neck, just like this. Okay? And again, I'm just approaching him, and he can come in and strike me and have this other hand ready to either strike me or to block if I'm striking at him. So that's part the wild horse's mane. White crane spreads its wings. This is really just a defensive posture. You are in a position to strike, to defend in some way. You have someone coming at you, and this is just, I'm ready to do something here. I can strike as a kick. I can come in and strike this way. It's really just, I'm defending myself, waiting for him to make a move. If he moves in, I can strike whatever I need to do. Okay? White crane spreads its wings. Brush knee. This is one of the simplest ones to see what you're doing. In brush knee, you come forward and strike at the same time. This is a low block and then a strike. So if you have someone coming at you with a kick like this, it's a low block and a strike. Now, seriously, you want to do this at the same time. So what you do is block and strike. Brush knee is really just a low block and a strike. Now, when you do it in Tai Chi, I do not want you to be looking down and pushing forward like that. That's not a good posture. Remember, we need to keep our columns intact so we don't look down when we're doing it here, and we don't reach forward to strike. That's brush knee. Play the guitar. It's such a simple move. We often laugh about, you look like you're playing the guitar, right? This move right here, where you come in after brush knee, you step forward and you play the guitar. What you're doing here, and Jim's going to demonstrate the play the guitar, if I come in with a punch, he's just lifting my hand out of the way, and then his hand is here ready to pull me in. So it provides a defense from that punch, and then it also provides the opportunity for him to become the aggressor. That's play the guitar. Repulse the monkey. This is one that I am going to be the aggressor. He's going to demonstrate repulse the monkey. I have grabbed his hand like this. I'm pulling him in towards me. He shifts his weight backwards and then uses his body weight to turn and to push me away. So again, if I'm the aggressor, I'm coming at him, he shifts his weight back and then he pushes me away. It's very important that you use your body weight in repulse the monkey so that you're pushing your opponent off of you. You're compressing that energy that you have right at the point where you need to push the opponent away. Repulse the monkey. Ward off, grasp the bird's tail, ending in pushing chi. In the form, you're warding off, grasp the bird's tail, roll back, seal the energy, and then pushing chi. This is a really complicated one, but it's kind of fun as well. And Jim's going to demonstrate the technique, I'm going to be the aggressor. So as I come in, he grabs. This is that first ward off, grasp the bird's tail, roll back, push, and then pushing chi. As I come in, he goes back, and then he pushes me away. So let's do that one again. So you can see it. I told you it's kind of fun. I'm going to come in. He's warding off at this point. Then he grabs. Then he rolls back. Then he rotates, pushes, but then I'm going to come right back at him. He's going to push me away. That's your pushing chi. So the roll back, the ward off, grasp the bird's tail, roll back, rotate, pushing chi. This is the fun one. Single whip. Remember, you come into that bird's beak, and then you step out into a single whip. Remember, bird's beak and single whip. If I come in at Jim with this punch, he's going to deflect up and then push me away. So you can see this upward motion of his wrist. That's deflecting that punch and then pushing me away. There's another thing that this motion can be, and I want you to understand that even though we say bird's beak, and some people want to think that this is the aggression point, but it's not. This is the aggression point, because if I were coming in at him, he can just hit me underneath my chin just like that. It's hard against soft, and if he does that hard enough, which I don't want him to do right now, I will snap my head back, and that causes me to be unconscious. So that's your single whip. Wave hands like clouds. This is everybody's favorite move, and it's so calming and so gentle as we wave hands like clouds, using our rotation and our breathing. But really, wave hands like clouds is a pretty aggressive move. If he comes in at me with a punch, what I can do is I'm bringing my hand, and you see my circle here, I'm going to grab his wrist, and then I'm going to finish that circle by breaking his elbow. So as I circle around, I can break his elbow because I have this leverage of his wrist. I'm pulling and pushing at the same time. And this is a pretty sensitive joint. It's easy to break. There's another way that wave hands like clouds can break the arm. And if I come in with a punch for him, he comes up underneath my arm. And again, it's this up and down motion, this leverage that's breaking the elbow. So this is that circular motion, which is a very powerful motion. Wave hands like clouds. High pat on horse. You have your left foot empty, your right hand is up, you're stepping forward and crossing hands, high pat on horse. What this is he has my wrist. I can now step into him. I don't always have to step away to get away. I can step in and push him away. So you're in this high pat on horse position. I don't have to step away. I can actually step in and push him away. So high pat on horse. Kick, smash, and box the ears. This one is really pretty obvious what you're doing. Kicking your opponent, bringing his head in, smashing, and boxing the ears. But let's demonstrate, show you what really is happening here. As you have someone you block out, you're lifting your leg at that same time. You can kick, and then you pull in, smash, and then you step forward and box the ears. So kick, smash, and box the ears. Snake creeps, pheasant stands. Remember, you come into this snake creeps, it's a circular motion, and then you come into pheasant stands. What this is, in self-defense, you're really looking for hard against soft. Your hand in this ridge hand position for that snake creeps is that hard position. You're going to come up against your opponent's groin. That's the soft. So you're here, you have someone coming at you. I'm going to strike here. Now that didn't stop his attack, but I can come up and block. So do that one more time. Snake creeps, pheasant stands. You always have to be ready to follow up on your strike. So you have snake creeps, hard against soft, and then pheasant stands. As you're in this pheasant stands, you're ready to strike if you need to, or it can just be a block. Snake creeps, pheasant stands. Fair Lady works the shuttle. It's an interesting name for this move, but if you've ever seen anyone working on a loom, they actually go up and down like this with the shuttlecock. So, Fair Lady works the shuttle is a high block and a punch, or it could be a double block like this. So oftentimes when people think of high block, they think of something coming down on their head, which is right. Okay, you've got this high block, and then I can be punching him here, or I can punch him here. But it's not always something that comes down from overhead. It can also be something coming straight at you, because this way you sweep that up. Just do that one again. Sweep it up, and I still have this same block here or strike. So that's Fair Lady works the shuttle. Pick the needle up from the C bottom, finishing up with block and fan through the back. In the form, remember you're coming through, pick the needle up from the C bottom, you're keeping your head up, you want to keep your hand here to protect your face. You come up block and you fan through the back. this first part of the move can be a couple different things. It's much like a wrestler shooting in to take advantage of somebody that's off balance and make them more off balance. So as Jim comes in on me with this pick the needle up, he's actually doing a heel pick right here. He can push me off of him. If I come back, he blocks, and then he can push me away. Pick the needle up from the C bottom can also be a groin strike like snake creeps. So if I'm here, he can come in, come up with a groin strike, then I come back in, he blocks, and he fans through the back, pushing me away. Pick the needle up from the C bottom, block, and fan through the back. Deflect, intercept, and punch. Remember, in the form, you start on the left, you're stepping forward into this, looks like a back fist, using your rotation, and then stepping forward and punching. Remember, in Tai Chi, our punches are always a loose hand. But if we're actually fighting, we're going to clamp down because you would never want to punch somebody with a loose hand. But deflect, intercept, and punch. As I'm here, I see that hand coming in. I'm deflecting it. I'm going to pull him in, and then I'm going to punch him away. So let me do that one more time. As I see this, I deflect, I pull it in, and then I punch him away. So deflect, intercept, and punch. Pushing chi. Now we've already talked about pushing chi as part of the ward-off sequence, but I want you to see again what the pushing chi is all about. As you're here, you have someone coming in, you allow their energy to come towards you, and then you push them away. Pushing chi, remember I've told you that this is the easiest one to demonstrate breathing with. And part of understanding your breathing in Tai Chi is understanding the intent and purpose of the move. So if you look at this, I am breathing in at this point because then I'm going to push him away. I need that breath out to bring all my energy to push him away. So that's pushing chi. Return the tiger to the mountain. This is your last move of the form. In a sense, you're closing out what you've done. It's a victory dance. You're closing that circle, returning the tiger to the mountain, bringing that foot in, coming back to a balanced Wu Chi position. And then when you close, you always close left to right. So returning the tiger to the mountain is just that finishing statement of I've accomplished what I came to do.